Hello. Sorry if this video is gonna suck, but this is my first ever VC video. Hey, I don't know when I'm gonna release this, but this is all of the records I have, which are on the Psychedelia 101 book by Richard Morton Jack. Here's the book if you never seen it before. It's a very good book. It's basically mainly 101 psychedelic albums, one album, one artist, that sort of thing. It's probably gonna be kind of awkward, but I'm basically gonna show each stack, which from each year. Basically, I'm gonna divide it by like early, like for example, early '67 versus late '67 will be a different year, and I'll record them separately. So, sorry if this video seems jump cutty, but that's why. If you're watching this and wondering why, it'll be like that. I might miss a couple that I do have, but this is going to be the closest I'm going to get. Anyway, let's begin. I only have two from '66, well technically one, but I have a bonus here. The book shows Bob Dylan, Blonde on Blonde as a psychedelic album, which I disagree with, but yeah, this is not going to be the best video. Sorry if it's going to suck again, but anyway, like they showed as a psychedelic album, which I disagree with, but anyway, this box set, which I'm pretty sure does include some. It's not the exact album, but I'm pretty sure it does include some of those songs which are on Blonde, so it has 3 records and a little booklet. Alright, and this is the only actual psych album I have, which is from '66, which is on the book. Well, I have more albums from '66, well, psych albums from '66, but this is the only one which is on the book that I have, currently at least. This is Psychedelic Lollipop by the Blues Magoos. It's one of the earliest garage psych albums. It's the Sundays reissue. I'm just gonna show you the label here. Alright, next is The Doors, an early pressing, not an original, but still early pressing. It's a bit rough, and the vinyl is in rough condition, but so I'll probably upgrade it eventually, but still nice to have an early pressing of this album. Oop. It almost slid it out of the sleeve there. What the hell? Alright. Alright, next is Country Joe and the Fish. This is a recent reissue. I'll probably get an original soon just because this actually had some digital remastering in it, but it still sounds pretty good. I just want a full analog experience of this album. Next is the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper. It's not my favorite Beatles album. Personally, my favorite's Revolver, but this is still a good one, and it's kind of obvious why they picked this one to be on the book. So, and this is the double LP version from last year. Well, not last year, a couple years ago now, but I'm still getting used to it being a new year. Alright, this is record 1 with the actual album in it. And next is record 2, which had a bunch of like outtakes and stuff like that. I have the inserts in this sleeve, too. I'm just gonna... Next, Moby Grape, original pressing. Captain Beefheart and his Magic Band, Safe as Milk. Original, not at Sundays to reissue, but possibly even bootleg. Probably, again, I'll probably get an original of this soon. because I'm not certain if this one sounds pretty digital to me, but still nice to have this album. The Bee Gees first, technically this is their third album, but it's the first one they released internationally and was in a psychedelic vein. Really good Baroque psych here. And an original US pressing on Outco. I'm pretty sure it's an original anyway. I'll just get that later. The Seeds Future. This is not an original. This is a reissue, but it appears to be done well. Fortunately, it doesn't have the gatefold, but it appears to be done in a well way. Sometimes I just don't want to always going back into their jackets, you know. And finally, with this section, incredible string bands, 5,000 Spirits. Their second album, a really good album. Really good psych folk there. Alright, next is Piper at the Gates of Dawn, the debut album by Pink Floyd. This is the recent reissue. The originals are really expensive, especially if you want one with the UK track listing. The Beach Boys, Good Vibrations. This is not the exact album they show, but it's a compilation that has songs from Smile, which is the album they show, so figured I'd put that as a bonus. 13th Floor Elevators, Easter Everywhere, has both the mono and stereo mixes. I don't have any original 13th Floor Elevators because they're too expensive and rare. Disraeli Gears by Cream, probably another one will get an original eventually. Chocolate Watch Band, No Way Out, the Sundays reissue. I'll probably eventually, well no, I prefer the second one, but that one's still really good. I actually have two Love Forever changes. This is the Rhino vinyl reissue, and this is a Mo-Fi pressing. I actually just picked this one up today. Jefferson Airplane, After Bathing at Baxter's. This is actually one of my favorite Airplane albums. Here's the album, the record itself. Actually, it's a reverse way. This is Traffic Mr. Fantasy, early 70s, US pressing. Their Satanic Majesty's Request to the Rolling Stones' most psychedelic album, the 2018 Record Story Day reissue, and finally, Jimi Hendrix Access Bold as Love, the last one from 67. Alright, starting 68, this is a Power Plant by the Golden Dawn, a really good, like 13th Floor Elevators-ish garage psych album. It was their only album. Spirits, first album, and original pressing, on a pretty small label, too. In fact, I'll show you the label for this one. There it is. The Byrds, Notorious Byrd Brothers, probably my favorite Byrds album, just because it's a really good, like, psych-ish, folkish type album. It's on Columbia Records. Auto Salvage. They're on RCA Victor, just like Jefferson Airplane. The Move, really good, like, pop psych sort of album from UK on the Music on Vinyl reissue. The Nice, kind of proto-proggy, but still a great sort of UK psych sort of thing. Alright, next up is the United States of America. This is the Mono Sundays reissue. The Zombies, Odyssey and Oracle, the 2015 reissue. Forget the name of the label, but it's really good, like, pop psych sort of album from the UK. West Coast Pop Irish Experimental Band, Volume 3. Silver Apples, the debut album, the Phoenix Records reissue. July, the Music on Vinyl reissue, and finally, for this section, the Grateful Dead, Anthem of the Sun, the Rhino Vinyl reissue. Alright, next is the Steve Miller Band, Sailor. I don't have the actual album that they show for Steve Miller Band, which is their debut, but this is on a very similar vein. And it was a bit earlier in the year, but I forgot it, so sorry. The Millennium Begin are really good. American Pop Psychs or a Sunshine Pop thing. Ultimate Spinach, Behold and See. This is their second album. I personally prefer the first one, but this one's still really good. Big Brother and Holding Company, Cheap Thrills. This is their second album. Both this and their debut is really good. With Janice and stuff. Here's a SRC. Their first album, original pressing. Here's HP. Lovecraft, again, original pressing. Second album. Well, Mad River, original pressing. First album. Another one I picked up today. Blue Cheer, Inside Outside, their second album, Sunday's reissue. Original pressing, A Rotary Connection. Aladdin, this is a decent psych soul album, I guess. Group 1850, Agimo's Trip to Mother Earth, a really cool spaced out concept album. The Soft Machine, it's a censored copy, unfortunately, it still sounds really good. 50 Foot Holes, Cauldron, a really cool electronica-based psychedelic album. And finally, for the last one from 1968, SF Sorrow by the Pretty Things. Alright, starting with 69. This will actually be just one recording, hopefully. This is Sam Gopal. Escalator actually has Lemmy before he joined Hawkwood or Motorhead. It's a very interesting, like, sort of rock British psych sort of thing. Quicksilver Messenger Service, Happy Trails. This is not my favorite Quicksilver. I know it's for a lot of people, but I prefer the debut, personally. Early Steppenwolf, a really good live album by Steppenwolf which was recorded in 67, but released in 69. Farewell Aldebaran, original pressing. It's actually on a straight label, which was owned by Frank Zappa. Or by Skip Spence from Moby Grape. He also was in Quicksilver Messenger Service and Jefferson Airplane for a while, but this was his psych folk solo album. Sea Quintet, Trip Through Hell. David Bowie's Space Oddity album. So, one where he dives deepest into psychedelia. That's all the ones for 69, but this is the one I got from 67. This is Donovan for the little ones. Alright, that's all I have. I have most of the Richard Morton Jack stuff, but I don't have all of it. I hope this video is good. I might be the first one to do this. I thought it was a nifty idea, and I hope you enjoyed. Thanks.